Okay, so what I want to do is I want to talk about the Gaussian blur algorithm a little bit more. I just wasn't satisfied with how I described it in the first video. So I'm hoping that this will help you in implementing it. So I talked in the video about using a loop to handle the matrix. I want to make sure that you understand that that is not necessary. So we do need definitely a loop for the x's and the y's. And what I want to do, just to make it easier, instead of starting at 0, 0, let's start right here. Okay? So what I've got here is I've got a picture, and this is a pretty small picture. It's 9 pixels by 9 pixels, right? But I just, this for example. And understand that a picture is really a rectangular matrix of pixels where each element is 3 numbers, a red, a green, and a blue. And you have to perform this calculation, the Gaussian blur, you have to perform this calculation for the red, the green, and the blue. But you can, depending on how you implement it, you can do that kind of all at the same time, but you still need to calculate it. So to make it easy so we don't go out of bounds, let's omit the first row, the last row, the first column, and the last column. So we'll just loop from x, y, 1, 1 to height minus 2. Well, that would be the y coordinate, wouldn't it? Width minus 2, comma, height minus 2. And so we'll stop right here. So this last outer edge, but you won't see that in a normal picture anyway. All right. So the Gaussian matrix tells us how to control what values go in our new picture based on the values that surround it. So I'm going to add in another picture, and that's something you want to do. You want to make sure that you have a blank picture to copy on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let's just do a few of these together to see if we can't calculate what the Gaussian blur should be just for the red values. So these are only the red values. So I'm going to start here at 1, 1, like I said. And the matrix says I need to take, so we're working with this box here, which means we're going to be writing that value here, okay? So I'm going to take the box in this corner here and multiply it by this number here. So I'll say 1, because that's in that box, times 1. Plus, I'm going to take the value here, okay? Now, we're right now, our x, y value is 1, 1. This x is 1, but its y is 0. I'm going to take that 2 that's there, and I'm going to multiply it by this 2 over here. Then I'm going to take this value here and multiply it by that value there. So plus 1 times 1. Next, I need to go down here. I'll take this 3, and it gets multiplied by that 2. Then I need to take the 1. This is the 1 where I'm at. I'm writing this position, and that's why it gets the most weight. It gets a weight of 4. All right, so after that, we're going to take this 4, and we're going to multiply it by that 2. Then we're going to take this, and this position here is 1 more on the y, but 1 less on the x, right? Because if this is xy, this is x minus 1, y plus 1. And we're going to multiply it by this 1 here. So I'll do 1 times 1. Then I take that 5, and I multiply it by this 2. Then I take this 6 and I multiply it times that 1. All right, now I got to figure out what all this adds up to. So what is that? 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 6 plus 4 plus 8 plus 1 plus 10 plus 6. So 5, 6, 12, 16, 24, 25, 35. This should be a 6, not a 10, right? Is that what we're saying? All right. Okay, so then when I add it, let me do it again. 5, 6, 12, 16, 24, 25, 35, 41. Okay, 41. We got to divide that by 16. And that would be 2 because we're integer dividing. So the value that goes here is a 2. Then I go here to this next space and I do it all over again with each one of these values that surround it in this 3 by 3 matrix. So I would do 2 times 1 plus 1 times 2 plus 3 times 1 plus 1 times 2 plus 4 times 4 plus 5 times 2 plus 5 times 1 plus 6 times 2 plus 2 times 1. Add them all up and divide by 16, and that value would go here. Now, of course, those are just the red values. When I need to have the R, G, and B before I make the pixel, so I got to do this for all 3 colors. So hopefully that makes more sense now.